We have this thing that like choosing yourself is a selfish thing, but it's not selfish in a negative way. It is selfish because like you're taking care of yourself. But if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else.
It's okay to be uncomfortable. In fact, just piggybacking off our last podcast, that's a lot of times how we grow. Like we have to get outside our comfort zone in order to experience new things, learn new lessons, and to have that growth. And that's very different than subjecting yourself to pain and struggle and hustle and all these things that we think we need to have to like almost earn it, right? Like I think we've been taught that in order to earn the success or the freedom or whatever it is, we have to struggle, we have to sacrifice, we have to have the no pain, no gain, because that's how we get there. Like it doesn't come easy. Like I think we've been trained for whatever reason. I don't know who started that horrible rumor, but that was a concept that made sense for me for a long time, and it's very counterintuitive, although not anymore. But that just the concept of it doesn't have to be that way was very counterintuitive until I realized that it's actually better when you don't have pain for so many reasons, and you actually have more gain when you don't have pain because you feel good and you're able to spread the love to your clients, to your family, to your relationships, whatever that is. So it actually makes for a more beautiful experience in general, not just in business. And I think this is one of those, more business, more life things, but you can actually have both. You can have both.
And I'll just jump in here because I think for me, when I think about freedom, there are a whole lot of things that come to mind for me, but I think quite the first one is really focused on, the absence of necessity or bondage, I guess. And so when I think of freedom, especially when we're talking about financial freedom, I mean, to be able to do what you want, when you want, whenever you want, right? I mean, that is freedom, right? Yeah. And what do you have to do in order to achieve that freedom? When we talk about sacrifice, then I kind of go to what does sacrifice mean to me? Because sacrifice is different for everybody, I think, as well, especially when you're talking about, I mean, for me, when I was working the corporate job and my kids were very little, I had to commute, each way was at least an hour and a half each way. So I didn't have a lot of time to spend with my kids. Thankfully, my husband was closer and worked from home a lot. So he was there for the kids, but it was me sacrificing time with the kids. And so I think a lot of time when we think about, without sacrifice, it's like, I want to be able to be close to the family. I want to be able to have both, right? To have it all, the cake and eat it, right? And so I think definitely the mindset for me kind of shifted at some point, because when I started working, I was like, I have to do whatever I have to do so that I can move up in the company and make the money that I need and, all of that so that I can do something different. And then you look, down the line and you realize, oh my gosh, it's been 10 years and you've sacrificed, kind of all of the family time and, vacations and other things that maybe you shouldn't have. So definitely, I tell people now, it's like, if you're a young person, if you're just starting a startup, like create the life you want, create the business that you want. If you figure out, how do you work 4 days a week? How do you work less than 40 hours a week? Because those are things that will make your life better and you won't have to sacrifice. You will figure out how you can maintain your life without going there.
Thanks for listening to the More Business, More Life podcast. I hope you got value. And if you did, we have so many more things for you at stevenapolitan.com. You'll be able to connect with us on social media. We are active. You can ask us questions. I look forward to having you on the next show. Until then, remember, choose gratitude and create freedom.